What's up everyone, today we're going to talk about the current state of PvP, and well, just to put it shortly, it is bad. It is very, very bad. There are a lot of bugs currently. There are bugs on top of bugs on top of other bugs, and it is bad. Some of these are very recent, some of these are years old, some of these have been on the known issues page for Go Battle League even for over a year. They haven't been fixed. So today I'll be highlighting the biggest issues in the game currently for PvP, and with the hope that Niantic maybe sees this, or we can bring some more exposure to this issue so that it can hopefully be fixed. I do want to start us off on a positive note, however. I really do love this game, especially PvP. I think Niantic did an amazing job at making the core mechanics for PvP. I've been playing since the end of 2018 when PvP first launched. This was like 1.5 years before Go Battle League even came out, but we were doing friendly battles, we were doing Sylph tournaments. It was a great time, and then 1.5 years later, Go Battle League launched, and Niantic is really doing an amazing job at supporting that. Now with move updates every couple months to keep the meta fresh and balanced, and then like limited metas like Remix we're getting now, and Halloween, and what else did we get? Love Cup. I think a really good job with that. Props keeps the game fresh, keeps the game excited, and for me it really hasn't gotten old. And that's why I'm making this video, because I really do want to see this game succeed, but the current issues like really do put a damper on it and make this game sometimes a very frustrating experience to play. Now, there are a lot of issues and probably too many to fit in one video, so I'm just gonna keep it to the 5 major ones. I think if these five are fixed, PvP will be a very pleasurable experience once again. The 5 I'll be covering are just, the general lag issues we have, fast move denial, desync, inconsistency with fake CMP, and frame drop issues. If you just want to see me break down one of them, I'll put the timestamps like in the descriptions. If there's any important issues you think I've missed, please comment them down below. Please remember to always stay constructive though. There are actually people working at Niantic. We are still in like Corona time, so it's quite tough for everyone, even for companies. So let's not throw any hate at them. Instead, be constructive. That's how we build this community. First issue, just a general lag. I don't think I've to explain this that much, but a couple examples are, standing still while your opponent can keep attacking, your opponent getting a third shield, crashing in the middle of the game, that kind of stuff. Luckily, this doesn't happen that often, but every couple sets you'll get a game where you lag out just hard. Next issue I want to talk about is fast move denial. In my opinion, this is the worst issue in the game currently because it affects every single match. The general lag we just talked about might have a bigger impact, but happens way less frequently. This happens every single freaking match and has been in the game for over a year now. I posted this video on October 4th, 2020, when it was already in the game for like a couple months, this issue, and it was added to the known issues page. Short after that, fast attacks are inconsistently thrown when opponent throws charged attack. And it still hasn't been fixed. Now, what is fast move denial? Basically, when your and your opponent's fast moves are aligned, meaning they end on the exact same turn, and your opponent throws their charge move, you're supposed to get a full fast move through during their move. But in the current game state, that doesn't always happen. Now, I'll repeat that. You're supposed to get your move through. That used to be very, very consistent. For example, in a Azumarill mirror, if my opponent throws their Ice Beam exactly at 5 bubbles, I will get a 6th bubble through during their charge move, right at their charge move. As their charge move end, I'll be at 6 bubbles. They throw their Hydro at 7, that's fine. I'll get my bubble through during their Hydro Pump, I'll be at 8 bubbles. Used to be very, very consistent, but it is not currently, and it affects so many matchups. This Toxicroak mirror, for example, you would expect the Toxicroak with the higher attack to win this matchup, because we should get to the Mud Bomb at the exact same rate, and just determined by wound CMP. But as you're gonna see, I'm gonna get my counter through as I shoot. I'm on the left, by the way. I get my counter through right there as I shoot. Perfect, game working fine right now. But if you watch, now you're gonna see I'm gonna throw my Mud Bomb. just at a random time, opponent doesn't get his move through. I'm now 1 ahead. I'm just gonna replay it right here. If you're gonna see on the right, opponent doesn't get a move through. By the way, this is an old video. I'll link it down in the description so you can see there are more matches in here. But it explains fast move denial perfectly as well. Opponent gonna throw another move. I get another counter through. I'm now 2 counters ahead. Alright, again, another counter through. Opponent throws Mud Bomb. And we'll shoot it up. And now, can I deny another move of my opponent? First throw. Opponent doesn't get another move in. It's crazy. He's now 2 behind. I'll be able to throw my Mud Bomb. And, like, as you can see, I'm gonna counter him. He's in the red. And I'm not even in the red. And I can throw my Mud Bomb already. I'm 2 ahead. And, you know, that's just crazy. And we did a couple more matches in this video where we did the exact same thing, but he was ahead. Like, it's so random. And now, some of you might know Wallower. Well, there are more people that made a video on it, but Wallower in particular did a video on fast move denial, showcasing a technique. It is this video. I would recommend you watch it, but I don't believe it works. I have tried this out, I have done tests, and I don't believe it is very consistent. And even if it works, everyone agrees, it is never 100% consistent. At most, 50%. So you can't control it, and that's the problem. It's very inconsistent, and it ruins so many matchups. Now, like I said earlier, you're supposed to get your fast move through always. That's how it always was when it was consistent. But even if they change it to you're never getting your fast move through, I'd be fine with that. We just need consistency. Next issue is what I like to call desync. Desync is basically when you lag for 1 turn, which results in you being out of sync with your opponent. This usually happens at the start of the game. It happens to me a lot. You just lag for 1 turn, and especially in a mirror match, that's very, very big. You're just instantly behind. You can't win that matchup anymore. Also happens after charge moves, though, where you'll just stand still for 1 turn. Your opponent can move. You cannot. Sometimes it's even invisible. In the clip I'll play right now, you see Deoxys has a move. Abomasnow throws a move. Deoxys doesn't die, but Deoxys can't do shit because it just gets fast moved down while the charge move animation happens. I don't understand what happens, but it's bad. It's bad, and it just changes up so many matchups, and you know, really needs to be fixed. Next issue: inconsistency with fake or desynced CMP tie. What does that mean? Well, first off, we have to know what the CMP tie is. A charge move priority tie, so we're calling it. Basically, when both you and your opponent throw a charge move at the same time. For example, in the Azumarill mirror match, you both start at zero energy. You throw 6 bubbles. You both get to the play rough. Azumarill with the highest attack is able to throw their charge move first, of course. That's how it works. Well, with a fake or desync CMP tie, it is a little different. When you throw your charge move 1 turn after your opponent throws their charge move, but you like press it before they throw, if that makes any sense, it will sometimes hook onto their charge move. I've got an example right here to make it a lot clearer. We are Alola versus Raichu. Alola throws 1 Snarl, 3 turns. I throw Volt Switch, that's 4 turns. And I press my move basically as he's throwing the Dark Pulse, alright? Opponent throws the Dark Pulse, and after Dark Pulse is finished, it forces me to throw the Thunder Punch. Now, I'm not sure what the intended behavior here is. By the way, Raichu also has way higher attack than Muk. So it is not a real CMP tie. If it was a real CMP tie, Raichu would get off the move first, but because it was a fake CMP tie, because there's 1 turn difference, I throw it after. And again, I'm not sure what the intended behavior here is. It has been very inconsistent for a very long time. In my experience, it doesn't throw the move, usually, but sometimes you will be forced to throw it. Either way, we just need consistency, because honestly, sometimes it feels like it only happens when you don't want it to. I ended up losing this match just because of this bug, and but I don't know, just because of this inconsistency, and it just feels very bad. All we need is consistency. Make it happen every time or sometimes. Well, no, every time or never. Not sometimes. We don't want sometimes. I think that's the whole thing I'm going with here. We want consistency. That's it. Next issue, frame rate drops. This is a fair issue that's very common on Android 10 devices. My friend, the Nut93, has actually done a lot of research on this, so I won't go into it too much here, but I'll link the article in the description. But basically, in this with this bug, sometimes in the middle of your games, and currently actually in the newest update, it happens everywhere in the game, you will drop some frames, and in PvP, this can affect you whilst hitting bubbles while playing the charge move minigame, or it can make fast move counting way harder. If you get a frame rate drop while you're trying to press your charge move or switch, sometimes it will just not go off. I have a video of it here as well. Below there are also a lot more videos if you want to see it, but this is a video that's particularly bad. But if you can see here, it just gets a bunch of frame drops right here and you can't hit the bubbles. And then again here, a bunch of frame drops. And you can just imagine if you get that while trying to swap, it is very, very, very impossible. This bug has been around. Oh my, it gets more. It's been around since October 2019. That is a long time. So I would say it is either due a fix, or maybe just tell us it's not gonna get fixed. At that point, just tell us it's never gonna get fixed. That is fine too, right? Anyway, I said I was gonna do 5 issues, but there's a 6th one that is actually really, really bad. That is a charge move not always activating when pressing the button. That's what happens in this game right here. My opponent actually does an amazing swap. I push the button. Did you see that? I freaking mashed that stone edge. I mashed that stone edge. They made a beautiful catch, but it didn't register. Very, very sad. And I know opponent. I've caught moves before, and opponents have told me that I caught, but it didn't register. And I think sacrificial swaps are an amazing part of the game, but this issue preventing that is so bad. Really one I really want to see fixed. Now those are the 6 things I'd really like to see fixed. I think those are 6 main things that really ruin PvP currently in a lot of battles. And well, I understand that bugs take a lot of time to fix, and I think the PvP community is generally very, very patient with these bug fixes. But I do want to give some closing thoughts. We did send this letter. If you can remember, this letter was sent to by the PvP community to Niantic like 10 months ago. It outlined a lot of the bugs and a lot of the frustrations the player base had with the bugs in the game. At the time, you see desync and delay of the charge move in here. After this letter is when desync was fixed, but fast move denial was started, and there are a lot of issues in here that are actually still in the game. But Niantic did respond to this letter, and they said they're gonna do a lot about it. We have the Go Battle League known issues page here, and they're adding more testers apparently. But honestly, we're not really seeing that much from it. I mean, fast move denial has been in the game for at least 9-8 months now. It's crazy. I think we have been very patient, and I think the community deserves a little bit of transparency at least. We have a very, very passionate player base, and I think if there's a little more transparency, it would remove a lot of the frustrations we have. Now, what can we do about it as players? Honestly, there's not much besides just making Niantic aware of the issues. So maybe spread this video around. Hopefully Niantic can see it and we get some more exposure on the issues. Besides that, I've put the site for bug reports or Go Battle League reports in the description. So if you see any new issues, report them there. Please remember to stay constructive. We don't want to blow any hate at Niantic. These are real people. Besides that, I am a big fan of just speaking with your wallet. Personally, I haven't bought any coins for almost a year now, and I don't plan on buying any more coins until these issues are fixed. So that's something you could partake in as well. But in the end, it's your money. Do whatever you want. That's just what I'm doing. Anyway, I hope this video was informative. I hope this video helps. I hope we'll see some changes to this game, because I still think the game is fun, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be fun for very long, and that will really be a shame. Because I've met so many amazing people from through this game. I really do love this community. It would be a shame to have to say goodbye to it. Anyway, see ya.